Hey guys, let's talk about something relevant for us, and that is the egg incubator. This one got introduced with Genesis 2 and was the biggest hope for us breeders. Why my hopes are not quite fulfilled, I'm going to explain in this video. But first of all, what is the egg incubator? The egg incubator got introduced with Genesis 2 like I mentioned, and it's an industrial tier structure in which you can incubate eggs faster than normal. On top it also shows a little window with the stats of the animal that is in the egg. When the incubator got introduced, everyone was hyped and was very excited, me included, how this little structure is going to change the way we are breeding. After a few days of breeding, I can say that not everything I'm very happy about, and I'm going to explain to you why. Let's start with the positive points first. First, eggs breed faster. And that is a very good point, because if you have to put eggs in front of air conditionings or dimetrodons, then it takes quite a while. And if you can put them into an incubator and it takes shorter, so it's faster, then you're saving a lot of time. Second, the eggs can stay in the incubator. Even if the eggs are completely incubated, they can still stay in the incubator and you can decide when you want to hatch them. So if you put the eggs in there overnight or over the weekend and you just come back after, you do not have to set an alarm clock in order to be there when the babies are hatching. Third, you do not need big-sized breeding facilities. Those are noisy, those are ugly, and those are heavy on the servers. So your admin will thank you. Number 4, you can hatch the babies directly from the machine. And if you do not need the baby because the stats are not what you were looking for, you can just destroy the eggs in the machine. So you do not spam your tribe log full with red names because you had to get rid of the babies. 5, the probably biggest and most important reason to use the egg incubator is if you look onto the egg from the outside, you get a little bit of an info screen on which you can see the stats, the colors, and if the baby has mutations, also the level. So from the very beginning, you know what you're getting and if it's worth to hatch the egg. And number 6, and that is something that is important for our tutorials, the egg incubator is the first thing in the game, in the vanilla game, that actually shows you the level stats and not the raw stats. And that way you can see how many points an animal has into a level. Before you had to use third-party tools like the ArcSmart Reader, but now you can see it right away. And now to the negative points. And with the negative points I have to work around a little bit, because the negative points I wrote down I already put into my German video, and a few things I already got corrected in. So I'm going to rephrase what I'm not liking. My first point was that I did not get twins or triplets, but from my commenters it seems I was just very unlucky because they all got twins and triplets. So that point that you can't get twins or triplets is just gone, because it seems like I was just very unlucky. So the second point was that you cannot remove the egg from the incubator, which is partly true, because once the egg is incubated to 100%, you cannot remove it from the incubator anymore, but apparently you can still when the egg is still incubating. Therefore, you can check for the stats, and you can, if the egg is not good, you can still use it for kibble, or you can just hatch it the normal way. The third point I did not like, and that's still a thing, that you do not get experience for getting rid of the babies. So this is a big point when you're not in endgame and when you're not level capped yet and you still need the levels. Then getting the levels through breeding is very efficient. And since you do not get levels from getting rid of the babies with the destroy egg button, kinda takes away like the whole leveling part. So if you have a baby that does not have the stats, then either hatch it in the traditional way or just hatch it normally, but don't destroy the egg. And the fourth point was a point that I guess I can make because it was just like a wrong expectation I had towards the incubator, and that was that it doesn't pick up the eggs automatically. I wish it would. On top of that, it should probably have a bigger inventory, but I can imagine that being pretty hard, especially with the info screen, to have more eggs available there. But yeah, it picking up the eggs would be nice, especially because they showed us the insect egg picture, and I assumed that it means they can pick up the eggs automatically, but I think they just changed the insect eggs to be pickable. So I thought it in the wrong way, wrong round. But yeah, those are my points. They're just like a few negative points that are kind of It would be nice if they were like not there, and for example you would get experience when you just destroy the egg and you don't have to like traditionally get rid of the baby, stuff like that, you know. Overall, I would say despite the negative points that I named, that the incubator is still a good help for us, especially because it's in the industrial tier. It's not a tech item. And if it wasn't for the point with the twins and triplets, where I now know that I was just very unlucky, but if it wasn't for the points with the twins and triplets, that would be a deal breaker for me personally, because especially right now I'm breeding for quantity, not for quality, because I need like usage or use dinos for missions and for anything around the base and exploring. And those are cases in which I'm not always thinking that I will take the dino back. So we had like one exploring where we went into Rockworld's inners, and that Rex was dead within like 10 seconds. So I did not expect to take it back with me again. And for that, I do not need like high quality mutated Rexes. I just need a lot of Rexes. So when I lose one, I know I can just go back to base and I have like 10 waiting for me. But since I'm apparently just unlucky, this big deal breaker point is now dropping away, and I think you can use the incubator. And I think despite all the small little negative things, it's still a very good item that is helping you in the game. So how do you like the incubator? How do you use the incubator? And is it something that enriches your breeding day-by-day life, or is it something that is not helpful for you because you're breeding in a very big scale? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye!